filmmaker Ram Gopal Varma did not really hold himself back while sharing his thoughts on the recent murder, cold-blooded murder of politician Baba Siddique in Mumbai. In fact, Ram Gopal Varma put out a series of tweets also saying that the linkages that are being built comes across as ridiculous and unbelievable. The filmmaker is joining me live. Mr. Ram Gopal Varma, I appreciate your time here on NDTV. Your cryptic post after Baba Siddique's murder and the whole Friends of Salman Khan angle that they are being targeted by Lawrence Bishnoi gang has everybody guessing. What do you wish to convey with that tweet? Or should I say series of tweets?
Yeah, I think I meant it very clearly. There is nothing really cryptic about it, and it's everybody's knowledge exactly what happened on Saturday night. The point is, I think it's like in 90s, and I think the last time we heard about any underworld activities probably in 20 years back or maybe more than that, And suddenly when you think it's all calmed down, it won't happen, and out of the blue this hits. It's almost as if either you call it a resurgence or a new kind of an underworld. Because the past underworld was mostly operating in Bombay City, if you talk about D Company or something. But here this suddenly looks like an international, this thing where they have shooters all over the place and even abroad and all that, and they operate from jail. This is something you never heard. Yes, we heard of gangsters operating from jail, but not at this level and this scale, That a man can be somewhere like a queen bee or something and having a huge network of criminals working for him, I think is something which no one has ever heard before. And the uniqueness of the situation, it looks like in the past, if someone does a crime, you want to track him and he's absconding or you're trying to catch him. And the kingpin who's claiming that it is him, he's already in the custody of the government. So that is a very unique situation when one can't make out how it can be sorted. Yeah.
And Mr. Varma, since you have made a number of movies on Dawood Ibrahim as well, one of your films was on him. Politicians having fallen victim to gang-related attacks is nothing really new. It reveals the known dark underbelly of Mumbai. And do you think this is completely out of the blue or completely new kind of crime which is emerging?
I think this is a very new kind of a thing because, the underworld is more like a business organization, though it does crime, though it does violence sometimes to fast-track their reasons for getting money. And I'm not saying this particular gang is not into that, but additionally, I think the character of Lawrence Bishnoi is apt to take into consideration here. Like on one hand, he says he wants to take revenge on a film star for killing a deer. And then he will say it could be extortion. Then he has got some patriotic fervor, like rumors of him helping the government to fight some rebels against the government. So I think there are many hats which this gang is wearing, which is not very... unlike the earlier gangs, what you were just talking about. So I think, and if you look at it because of the social media phenomena, he's gathering quite a lot of attention. To give an example, I have 6 million followers, and I put a tweet about him, and it got nearly 6 million views. And that just is an indication of what kind of interest he rose in the public's mind. Yes, the public are always fascinated with Dons, which is the reason we make films and all that. So I think he's almost getting a cult following, which is a very, very new thing, which I don't think I ever experienced something like that.
And, there is something unique about your phrasing as well. You have said that, is this animal love at its peak or God playing a weird joke?
Yeah. See, no, the point is, like I mentioned in the tweet, if someone writes a story like this and they'll be kicked out of the industry because of the ridiculousness, but they say truth is stranger than fiction. So the point, I think he's getting all this publicity mainly because of what he said about Salman. So we never in the world history, I think anybody heard that to take a revenge for a deer's death, he wants to kill a superstar. So that is what which actually caught the attention apart from the death of the pop singer Sidhu Moosewala. So this also on the side, apart from his intentions of what he wants to get out of it, he's taking a very new approach. Like how when we make films, we want to make a trailer, we want to make some kind of a promotional pitch. So I think he's building up his gang with all these, what do you call, outrageous kind of claims and statements. Whether he means it or not is not the point, but it is working for him to get popular at least.
And you say that this is almost like a cult-like following that he may have.
Yeah.
But Mr. Varma, I had a top cop on my show last evening, and he said that this is a Lawrence Bishnoi announcing his arrival in Mumbai because there is a vacuum among the mafias or gangs in there after what is seen as not so active Dawood Ibrahim.
Yeah, I think, like earlier mentioned, the D company used to operate primarily only in Bombay, never. So this guy seems to be all over the place. You hear about him in Punjab to Haryana to somewhere, and then of course what happened in Bombay and then Canada, somebody being killed in Canada, this Punjab Khalistan Pro guy. So I think it looks like he's spread over across all over. It is not limited to one certain place, And I think his operation style is very different compared to the gangs of 90s and 2000s. Yeah. He's almost like half becoming a cult leader. That's what I'm trying to say. His personality, the way he speaks on TV, you'll obviously get attracted to a man who speaks like that, So I think that is a very different thing. If you look at it, you never heard Dawood Ibrahim speak. Very rarely you hear gangsters speak and trying to make a style statement. It's almost like he's making a style statement. That is, I know it sounds ridiculous for me to say that about a gangster, but that is the nearest I can explain and I can think about it.
Yes, we certainly do not wish to glorify him. But Mr. Gopal Varma, my question is also that, what's becoming evident here is that politicians, mafias, Bollywood, everything seems to be intertwined or having some linkages. Would you also say, have you in past faced life threats? Because, what played out...
Yes. I never did, actually. In fact, because of the films I made, Satya and company, those guys kind of used to like me. I don't know whether to take that as a compliment, So I personally myself have never received threats from the underworld. But coming back to this, I don't believe in today's time, we saw a lull into last 20 years, nothing like this happened. Because I think the underworld is also patronized by businessmen, by some film industry people, and they're kind of mixed up. And that kind of a bondage has gone completely, it disappeared in the last 20 years, So I don't think any legitimate businesses and legitimate politicians want to take the help of the underworld to sort out their problems. Because of that, I think this is more towards a cult, building a cult. It's like, I want to get justice for something, or he's acting like a vigilant, and at some point of time is beginning a religion of the Bishnoi. And I think there's multiple hats he's wearing. You don't know exactly how to pinpoint to call it an underworld gang. I don't think it is that.
And is this real life sensational murder, does it make you really think as to, is it about law and order situation? What has gone wrong with your city, the city that you love so much, and the city where you work?
Yeah. See, the point for me is, in such a large country and so many, it's not like anywhere in the world they could stop crime forever. Even in an advanced country like US also, it happens, So I think every once in a while something unexpected like this comes, and by being unpredictable, it can throw the entire system out of gear because they're not prepared for a man like this, how to deal with him, So I hope that it will be tackled, though I see it is not going to happen in the short time. I don't think it's going to happen because you have to change a lot of things, and so many institutions have to come together to tackle this. And then him bringing the communal card and X and Y and everything, I feel it's going to be there for some time. Till it'll get worse before it gets better is what my prediction is.
Okay, as someone who has made so many mafia movies, does this, very, very sad episode make you inquisitive in terms of your film direction or film scripting area?
Yeah, I mean, as a filmmaker, I'll always be interested in something as dramatic because eventually, as a filmmaker, I will want to mirror what's happening in real life. So as a character, it interests me as a study, like a criminal professor is interested in crime, not for doing crime, but it is just as a matter of study. Yes, I'm definitely very interested because of that.
On Lawrence Bishnoi and the entire Sensational Murder.
Yes.
Okay. Ram Gopal Varma, your final thought. Of course, I'm looking at your tweets, which have, of course, gone viral and a lot of reactions coming in. You still feel that it is unthinkable and ridiculous?
No. See, when I use the word ridiculous, I thought like real life always throws up something which you can never imagine. I don't think even maybe 1 week back, somebody could have thought some random people will come from somewhere and shoot a man as big as Baba Siddique, and then claim that they want to go after Salman because he killed a deer some 20 years back. I think the unpredictability of that kind of a character is what is making everyone talk about it, So I think that is something which you can't predict, a person like this. And it is a personality of Bishnoi which is actually making the point. If in this entire equation, if you take out that him wanting to kill Salman because of the deer, I don't think anybody will be that interested. Because killings happen all the time. It's not like it's such a... But in the way he's talking, for what he is doing, the motive is what which is shocking, which is completely something which no one has ever heard before.
All right, Ram Gopal Varma, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts with NDTV.
Thank you.